and welcome to the Listen Your Way Game of the Week. Coming to you tonight from West Forsyth High School. Tonight's game is brought to you by Andine Chevrolet and your Forsyth County Marathon stations. Tonight it's the West Forsyth Wolverines hosting the South Forsyth War Eagles. Here with your play-by-play call, Chuck Shadburn and Jack Moore.
Hello fans, welcome to listenyourway.com. We are here at West Forsyth, and where the West Forsyth Wolverines are taking on the South Forsyth War Eagles. We're ready for kickoff. Teeing it up is Timmy Hartshorn. He's ready to kick off. Kick is away, it's going to be short. It's going to be Sam Walker for South Forsyth returning it. Gets across the 15, tackle at the 16, and that was number 44 tackling him, Austin Sanders. Chuck, you'd like to say welcome to our fans on listenyourway.com?
Absolutely. Want to welcome everybody out tonight. A good atmosphere. Another county game. West Forsyth, South Forsyth. Had the opportunity to see South play a little earlier in the year. Hadn't seen West yet in person, so I'm interested to see this football team and looking forward to a good contest here tonight.
Absolutely. Jansen Jeffries brings them to the line, 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Check that. That's Eddie Marinowski. Handoff right up the middle to Isaiah Williams. He's going to have about 5 yards up the middle to 21. It's going to make it 2nd and 5.
West coming out in a 4-4 look there on defense. Very aggressive, very tough at the line of scrimmage, and there was a little hole there made up front by the South offensive line. Closed quickly, but a good gain there on 1st down. Absolutely.
Teams coming in, West has a record of 7-1. They had a tough loss to Chattahoochee by a point. South comes in at 3-5. Eddie Marinowski's going to pass it to the right to Sam Walker. He's going to make a move. He's going to get pushed out of bounds. He's going to have a 1st down, and that was number 34 taking him out of bounds. That was Josh Gordon, but once again, it's a 1st down South. They'll mark it at the 29.
I formation there, throwing it out to the slot in the flats. A simple play, but great yardage, and a good start to this game offensively for South Forsyth.
Absolutely. 2 plays, Chuck, and a 1st down.
Absolutely, and they're moving the ball, keeping West's offense off the field. I think that's got to be part of the plan.
Absolutely. Control the ball because West has that fast attack. It's going to be a handoff to Khalil Rice. West going to snuff that out, that whole defensive line just keyed on it, no gain.
Absolutely. A little counter play. Everything went one way, and then they countered back the other way. A good job by the West defensive front by staying at home and playing good assignment football and making the play.
You are correct. 2nd and 10. Great night for football, don't you think, Chuck?
Yeah, you couldn't ask for much better weather here, especially in late October, early November here, actually.
Okay, Eddie Marinowski back under center. It's 2nd and 10. He's going to go back to pass. He's looking for Jordan Arnett. Looks like that was a reception. He's down on the ground. That is a caught. It's going to be a gain of 8. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. That's, Chuck, you want to get those 3rd downs that are short yardage, correct?
That's a great gain on 2nd down. A little bit risky of a pass, though, thrown into a lot of coverage right there. It was a zone coverage, but there's a lot of dark shirts around that ball, but the reception was made, and yes, like you said, now it sets up a 3rd and very manageable for this South offense.
2 weeks in a row, the starting quarterback for South, Jansen Jeffrey, is injured, so Eddie Marinowski is the free safety for South, having to start quarterback. 3rd and 2. Ball is at the 37. Got a timeout on the field, South Forsyth. Well, Chuck, while we have a minute, you can, kind of update us on, I don't know if you were there last week at the game or...
Wasn't there last week, but I do want to comment on the fact that Jansen Jeffrey is not here tonight. The previous games I was able to do involving South Forsyth, Jeffrey played a huge role in South moving the ball on offense. He's a difference maker. I think he's committed going to Navy, I think.
Actually, he's gotten 3 offers, Air Force Academy, the Citadel, and Presbyterian.
All three great offers, so you can tell just by the offers alone, he's an athlete and a good football player. And losing him has to hurt this team, not only from a physical and being able to move the ball standpoint, but also a mental standpoint when you lose a leader like that.
Absolutely, Chuck, and I know him personally and his parents, just a great kid and great folks. So here we go, they line it up, 3rd down and 2. It's going to be an inside handoff. Isaiah Williams fighting for it. Looks like the ref's going to mark him at the 40. That's going to be a 1st down.
There's a good push up front right there by the South Forsyth offensive line. They were able to change the line of scrimmage and get enough so that they can get the 1st down. Again, a nice drive here.
Okay, it's going to be 1st down. Ball is at the 40, 1st and 10.
We're down to the 9.5-minute mark right here, and, South's still moving the ball with a fresh set of downs right here. I think you couldn't ask for a better start if you're Coach Arnett.
Absolutely, Chuck. You're 100% right. They want to move the ball, keep that clock going. 2nd and 10 is going to be another handoff up the middle. This is Sam Walker. He's going to be hit. Looks like 42 was the first one in there, and that is Alec Coburn. So minimal gain of 2 on that play, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Well, something I'm interested to see driving over to this game, I was thinking about it, and a lot of these guys too, is how will this West Forsyth team respond to a loss? They've won all year. They've had a lot of success. Now they come off a little bit of a heartbreaker. Do they refocus, or do they come out sloppy?
Great point, Chuck. 2nd and 8, they're going to mark the ball at the 43. Got Khalil Rice in motion. Eddie Miranowski looks like he's going to keep the ball and get about a yard on that gain. You got Momo, number 3, and number 96, it looks like. Josh Davis. Check, that was the tackler. Going to be a gain of 1. We'll call it, well, we'll give him 2 on that one, Chuck. It's going to be 3rd and 6. So.
Well, where South got a good push on that previous 3rd down earlier in the game, they did not get a good push on that 2nd down play, and West stuffed them at the line of scrimmage, and now sets up a 3rd and a little bit longer.
Right, not where they really want to be, but crowd's trying to get defense fired up for West. See what happens. Miranowski's going to go back to pass. He's going to let it go. Jordan Arnett's going to be off his hands. Would have been a 1st down, but incomplete's going to bring up 4th down and probably a punting situation.
Yeah, and that's something they'll probably look at when they see the film and think that one probably should have been caught for a 1st down, move the chains, and keep this drive going. Hard to be consistent when your game plan is to make long drives with a lot of plays and milk the clock. So right there's a little mistake. The good news is they did drive to midfield, so with a good punt here, they should be able to pin West deep and win the field position battle here early on.
Absolutely. Brandon McKee on to punt. You've got number 84, Nathan Schmitz, back deep for the Wolverines. He's going to just get it away under heavy pressure. Smith is going to call for a fair catch. He's going to have it at the 19. So, like you said, Chuck, it's, they ran quite a few minutes off the clock, and West's going to have the ball for the first time.
The only thing you could ask for to be better would be points. Other than that, they ate clock, like you said. They drove to midfield. Now they got West starting inside their own 20. Besides scoring points, this is okay. A nice start here for South. Now they see what the defense can do against this.
Well, here we go. Offense. I'm gonna shout out to our sponsors, Marathon Gas, Andine Chevrolet, and Forsyth County Stations. We could not do this without them. A.J. Early in the shotgun. He's going to throw a quick pass to the right. That is to number 9. That's Hampton McConnell. He's going to have a short gain of about 4 to the 23, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
West coming out here with a spread look. They got 4 men wide in the shotgun.
West, obviously, pass was to Jake Wyzorek. Took his eye off of it. It's going to be incomplete, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Well, he's been a playmaker for those guys all year. You're not going to see him drop that ball very much. The play was set up very well there on the little tunnel screen coming back up the middle, but just couldn't hang on.
You're right, and as you know, West runs it quick, and they're in the shotgun again. Early back on a 3rd and 6. They're going to reset the formation. Early's directing traffic. Wyzorek in motion. AJ's back to pass. Under pressure. Lets it go. McConnell's going to have it. Nice pass, nice catch. Was good coverage by South, too. You had Matt Serra covering, but it is a completed pass, long gain, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 in South territory at the 40.
Well, that motion, real pre-snap, and then they go to reset, that tells the offensive coordinators a lot over there for South. It tells them, are we in man coverage?
Quick sweep to Wyzorek. He cuts back. He's got room. He's got daylight, and he's going to take it all the way in. We do have a flag down at the 35-yard line, so we'll check the flag. That could be coming back. That was a 40-yard run. If it stands, we'll check the flag.
While we check,
referee's showing chop block. That's going to come back.
While they mark off that yardage, what I was going to say is that pre-snap little quick motion, not only could it draw the defense offside, but you get to see what they're going to do when you motion a guy across the formation. If they're in man coverage, more than likely a guy's going to motion over the top with him. He motioned, they went over, checked the sidelines, got themselves in a good play, and made the play down the sideline on the pass. Nice job by the coaching
staff.
That's
a 15-yard penalty. They're going to mark it from the infraction at the 35, so that's going to make it 1st and 20 at midfield.
Chop block out in space. Now, that is legal when you get into college. You'll see Georgia Tech do that all the time when they're running that spread option, but not in high school.
Okay, early in the – it's going to be a pitch to Wyzorek to the right side this time. He cuts it back. He's going to gain about 4. That's going to make it 2nd down and 16, ball at the 46. It's like Jordan Arnett on the stop. Once again, West, Chuck, they don't waste much time, do they?
No, they don't. They're going quick.
Early back to pass. It's got time. Looking for a receiver, runs out of time. He's going to be sacked, and that is number 79, and that's Zach Martin.
Well, I'll tell you, he's looking downfield, and they're in man coverage, you can see, but it was good man coverage that time. South had it well covered. There was nowhere to go, and then the pressure finally got to Erdley and brought him down, and now it's 3rd and forever.
Right. 11-yard sack, and you're right. It is 3rd down and 27.
Maybe look for one of those screens that they set up earlier but couldn't quite execute.
Well, in the shotgun again, I'm sure he's going to try to throw a pass. He's under pressure again. Escapes it, throws it out, and it's picked off. That's Matt Serra. Check that. That was Zach LaFlame on the interception for South, and Chuck, he runs it all the way back. That's good field position to the 26.
Absolutely. Outstanding play. It looked like they mixed up their coverage a little bit, went with too high look. The safety broke on the ball. The quarterback certainly wasn't expecting him to be there. Nice interception and a nice return, and South is in business on the 26-yard line of West Forsyth.
Absolutely. It was kind of a weird set. They had 2 receivers in the same area on that one.
Yeah, they did. You almost wonder if someone might have ran the wrong route on that play, but nice break on the ball by the young man and good return.
Looks like that's Sam Walker is set in the shotgun formation. Could be some type of wildcat formation. Sam Walker's going to hand it off inside. Isaiah Williams fighting hard. He's going to have it inside the 20 as he fights. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. They're going to stand him up, but it's going to be 2nd and 4, Chuck.
That was a nice gain right there on 1st down. South with a little momentum right here.
Absolutely, after the big turnover.
Double tight end, kind of like you said, a wildcat formation. Just power football right there, and a good push, again, by the South Forsyth front line.
Staying low and getting a good push because, you know, looks like that might be outsized a little bit, but here we go again. Wildcat formation. That's going to be Isaiah Williams again. He's going to have a 1st down. He's going to cross. They're going to mark him at the 15. That's going to be 1st and 10.
More of the same right there, and another good push. He's just finding a place to run up there in the middle, and they're gashing this West Forsyth defense on the first 2 downs here following the turnover.
Absolutely. Brett Anderson made that stop. Once again, it's 1st down and 10 at the 15-yard line. They're going to stay in that formation. It's going to be Brett Larkin. He's going to keep it. he's going to have Chuck another 6 yards to the 9. So that formation is working up the middle.
Yeah, I think something's going to have to change here if you're West Forsyth on defense, because right now they're getting dominated at that point of attack, and the line of scrimmage is changing, and the running back's running hard up in there behind it.
Right. Momo Kamara is on the stop there, but it's 2nd and 4. West got some momentum, or South has momentum, excuse me, inside the 10.
You're going to give them more of the same until they prove they can stop it.
Absolutely. Larkin's going to hand off to Williams again. He's going to have it another first down inside the 5. That's going to be 1st and goal for South.
I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't get cute with anything. Just continue to pound it right now. The offensive line is pushing around the front of West Forsyth. And they're inside the 5-yard line right here with a first down.
Larkin again in the Wildcat. Looks like you think West may stack the middle here. Larkin again's got some blocking. He's going to have a short gain. West did a good job on that one.
Yeah, I think right here they said enough of that. They looked like about 10 guys up in the box right there. Now, something I would watch if you see that again is maybe South coaches to see that. Maybe a little play action to get somebody open behind those guys.
Absolutely. Austin Cook was the first one there, looks like, on that stop. So it's going to be, they're going to give him no gain on that. It's 2nd down, still at the 4, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, the push that they've had in those plays before was not there that time.
Okay, here we go. They're staying with the formation. Larkin back, Isaiah Williams to his left. Power formation. Going to hand off to Williams. He's going to cut it back in. He's got some yardage. He is right at the doorstep. So he's inside the 1. That's going to be 3rd and goal at the 1-foot line.
Going to bring up a big 3rd down right here. And as you look over to the clock, it continues to run. We're coming up on 3 minutes right here. And South is knocking at the door.
They are. They're in the huddle. Okay, here we go. They're going to stick with that formation. West is going to have it at the middle. Hand off to Williams. He walks in. Touchdown, South. Walks in standing up. So South is struck first. And it's going to be 6-0 with Brandon McKee coming in for the extra point. Brandon McKee on to kick the extra point. Got whistles and flags. No kick. Check the flags. Looks like it's going to be on West. Okay, offsides check. They may have changed their mind with this conversion. They may go for 2 now. Now that they've gotten closer, what do you think?
It looks like some guys are running off the field. They may take advantage of this opportunity. And, hey, I wouldn't be surprised. They've been getting 5 and 6 yards a clip there. I wouldn't be surprised to see the same formation, some of the same stuff.
It looks like it's going to be a 2-point conversion. They look like they're going to have that Wildcat set. And they are. Larkin in formation. He's going to keep it, and he's going to be tackled well beyond the line. Momo there. Lot of folks there for West. And it's no good, so it's going to be 6-0. Chuck, don't you think that basically that drive was set up with the interception, though?
Yeah, the interception, I'll tell you, before the interception, it was the chop block penalty. Wazorek was going in for the touchdown. They brought it back on the chop block, which put him in a bad situation. I think we had an early run, and then he had to throw the ball on 3rd and long, didn't see the safety, and that set up the turnover, which then we just saw good old-fashioned too tight, pound it right down the middle, South all the way down, and for the touchdown. So good start, and I think so far, if I had to answer my own question about will they come out refocused or sloppy, I'd have to say a little bit sloppy here early on with the penalties and the turnover.
Absolutely. That's a good point. Instead of West getting the touchdown, a few plays, turnover, and then South takes advantage and has the lead. Brandon McKee's going to tee it up. You got Wazorek back. along with, it looks like, Kendall Phillips. Check that. That's Will Brown back with Wyzoric. McKee going to tee it up. Chuck, all year he's reached the end zone on most of his kickoffs. So he's had a lot of touchbacks.
And most of these Forsyth County games that I've done this year, both sides have a kicker that can put it in the end zone.
Yeah, and that's gonna go to the end zone. That will be a touchback, and the Wolverines will take it 1st and 10 at the 20.
And that's an awesome weapon to have on your special teams, is just to be able to put that thing in the end zone and make teams start deep in their own territory every time. And if they got a good returner, you can totally take that part out of the game.
Absolutely, and I would definitely say Wyzoric is a good returner.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Well, as we have a second, as West is fixing to take off with their offense, we want to thank our sponsors, Marathon Gas, Andine Chevrolet, Forsyth County Stations. Okay, we're ready to go. 1st and 10. AJ's got him set up. He's going to have a keeper. He's going to go to the left, and he's going to be tripped up for a short gain. And that was number 20 on the stop, and that was Kyle Souls. He's going to gain 3. It's going to be 2nd and 7, ball at the 23.
And they go quickly. Erdley faked the speed sweep right there and took it himself.
Right, early under center. He's going to hand it with a run to the left, and Wyzoric's going to be dropped for a loss. That was Kyle Souls. So 2 plays in a row, Kyle Souls makes a stop. That is a 2-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and 9, so not what West wants to see.
I tell you, momentum right now definitely on the side of the War Eagles. Good job on defense right there. That front line is definitely holding their own against this West Forsyth offense.
AJ in the shotgun. He's going to fake, going to throw it out. Nice catch, but he's going to be well short of the 1st down. That's number 89, Ty Anderson. But that's going to make it 4th down, and where they're marking it, the 26, going to be 4th and 4. So looks like West's going to come out and punt. But, I mean, Sal scores a touchdown and holds them 3 and out.
Hey, couldn't ask for a better start. Once again, pressure there by this South Forsyth defense, so he has to get the ball out quick, a little short of that 1st down. Now they're going to have to punt the ball.
Kyron Ochio is going to kick it. Sam Walker is going to be deep for South. Going to be a short kick, and it's going to bounce. Walker will let it go. Takes a good West roll to about the 28-yard line. They'll mark it at the 28. 1st and 10. That's where South will start. Okay, well, Chuck, we'll see if we get some more smash mouth football from South. Well, Chuck, we'll see if they come with the Wildcat again. It seemed to work.
I'm telling you, see if they come out and try to change it up a little bit or just keep giving them the same, and it looks like more of the same.
Yep. Larkin is in the shotgun formation with Williams to his right. It's going to be Larkin following Williams, going to try to take it outside, and he's going to go across the 30. He's going to be taken out of bounds by number 5. Will Brown on the stop, pushed him out of bounds. He's going to gain about, we're going to give him 4 on that one, Chuck. It's going to be 2nd and 6 at the 32.
Nice gain there by Larkin, running up in behind his lead blocker. Wasn't a lot up front, but he bounced it to the outside and able to get some pretty good yardage there on 1st down.
Looks like, West is definitely stacking the box up the middle, which I can't blame them. Now they have a little bit, they've got 5 wideouts with Larkin in the gun. Williams in motion. Larkin's going to keep it up the middle again. He's going to have about 2 to the 34.
Well, catch them stacking the box, then all of a sudden they try to spread them out. West did spread some guys out, but the middle was still not vulnerable. I think he tried to spread them out and then take advantage of that, but there was nothing there.
That'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Okay, he made it to about the 35, so it's going to be 3rd and 3.
We'll see it in a minute.
Larkin again. Here they go, Chuck. They're going to do the spread out again. 5 wideouts. And it's Larkin up the middle. He's going to take it across the 35, but he's not going to make it. Number 90, the first one there, and that's Thomas Bartholomew and company. They start him really no gain. It's going to be 4th and a short 3. Brandon McKee is on the punt.
Spread them out again and try to find a space there, enough yardage to get that first down. A pretty big kid, able to run tough up in the middle. There was nowhere to run right there, but the good news, even though they are punting, is we're going to get the end of this quarter here before they do punt, and that's exactly what South had to want coming into this game. Couldn't have asked, I guess, for a better start. 6-0 here at the end of the first quarter.
No, you're totally right. You know, like you said, they've been able to keep West out of the end zone. Now that did come back on a penalty, but they made the turnover. They convert, make the score, and you're right, Chuck. We're one down. It's 6-0 South. They've won the first quarter.
Yeah, and I think you come in against the 7th-ranked team in the state, you know they're going to be good. You're not going to fool your kids into thinking they're not good, but what you can tell them is, guys, we can play hard and make things happen, and they did that in that first quarter. They played hard. Things happened with the turnover, a couple of penalties by West, and now you got a 6-0 South lead.
Absolutely. Once again, as we have a break here at the end of the quarter, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Andine Chevrolet, Marathon Gas, Forsyth County Stations. Without them, we would not have Listen Your Way sponsorship, and we really appreciate them as we get to bring these Forsyth County games to you every week. So, as the teams change sides, we've got Brandon McKee on. It's going to punt on a 4th down situation. The ball is marked at their own 35, and Nathan Schmitz, number 84, will be back deep for West.
Viking dropping back in the punt formation is their 18, Brandon McKee. Nathan Schmitz.
Last time they put a little bit of pressure on him. They've got 10 guys at the line, Chuck. Gets away another good kick, and Schmitz is going to have it. He's going to try to return it. He makes a couple guys miss, and he takes it across to the 36-yard line. It was about a 7-yard return there.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to have nowhere to go, but he split a couple of defenders and got some yardage there. And this is some of the best field position, I guess, West has had to start a drive. So we'll see what they can do with it, see if they can settle down a little bit. Like I said, this is something new to them to come off a loss and have a week of practice after a loss. So, you know, I think you're seeing a little bit of the result of that here at the slow start.
Absolutely, Chuck. Okay, Erdley in the shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff, go back to pass. He's under pressure, escapes, throws it. Wyzork kind of bounces it up, but he gains control and gets it, and that is going to be about a 19-yard completion. He is tackled at the 45.
Man coverage again downfield by South, and when you go man, that allows you to blitz up front. They got the pressure they wanted, but
right.
Wyzork was able to get open and get good yardage. He's hard to cover man-to-man.
Zach LaFlame made the tackle. Now we have Wyzork on a sweep to the right, and he's going to take it across the 40 for about a 7-yard gain. They'll mark him at the 38-yard line, be 2nd and 3.
Hey, and it doesn't take a football genius to know when things are not going well, get the ball into the hands of your playmaker. And I think Wyzork's been their playmaker all year, so let's get him the ball, and he's doing a good job here.
Absolutely. Handoff up the middle. Number 20, he's got a lot of room. He'll take it across the 35. It's going to be we've got a late flag coming in. Matt Serra on the tackle.
That was so late. You wonder if it's
that was Trevor O'Brien on the carry. We'll check the flag.
Maybe a face mask or something a little extra after the play.
Referees talk it over. No signal been given yet. South stays back, so it could be on them. Personal foul, face mask on South. So they'll tack that onto the end of the run. It was a first down, and that'll move the ball all the way down to the 18-yard line. 1st and 10, Wolverines.
I'll tell you, that hurts. You're playing hard, something like that. Not sure if it was intentional or not, but anyway, it's 15 yards.
Absolutely. AJ's under center. Wyzork going to come to the left. Tough sledding. He's not going to have much. And he's going to be stopped. First one there is Manny Godswill. And it's going to be a 1-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
South defense still hanging tough, playing very well up front. They're fast and aggressive.
And that is I believe it's a sophomore, Manny Wyzork to the right. Matt Serra's going to finally bring him down about the 11-yard line, but a nice gain to the right on the sweep there by Wyzork.
He's got great vision. He does a good job of finding the open lanes and the places to run to get the maximum amount of yardage out of each play.
And Chuck, I've also found he's a very smart kid. He may have a grade point average of about 4.5. Very smart, bright kid.
Carries over to the field, you can tell.
Absolutely. We got a flag. Looks like West may have jumped early. And it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. That's going to move it back to about the 16. And that'll make it 3rd and 7. What you wanted to stay out of, Chuck?
Yeah, especially the way South's been bringing that blitz. I'd expect to see more of the same right here. Be aggressive.
A.J. under center. Back to pass as he rolls it out. Lets it go. He's got a receiver wide open. That's Jake Wazorek. And that is a 17-yard touchdown pass. That'll even the game at 6.
Well, I was wrong. They didn't bring the blitz. They chose a little bit of a safer approach, but Erdley still able to find Wazorek there in the open space in that zone for the touchdown.
Absolutely. Just an easy catch and throw on 3rd down there. We have Timmy Hartshorn on to kick. The Wolverines line up in the swing gate, and they will come over to kick the extra point. Now, with South missing the 2-point conversion, they will take the lead if they convert on this extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. So West now has a 7-6 lead with 10 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter.
They go to their playmaker, and he pays dividends like I think he has all year. Helps lead the drive down the field, mixed in with a couple other good solid players that this offense has, and they take the lead. And that's what's tough about a team like this is you battle, and then blink your eyes and you're down again. So we'll see how South now responds after that good drive by West Forsyth.
Absolutely. Well, they're going to line it up to kick it off. Hartshorn is going to tee it up, and South will have Sam Walker back deep. Once again, we'll take this minute or second to once again thank our sponsors on Listen Your Way, Marathon Gas, and Dean Chevrolets, Forsyth County Stations. We just want to thank them for their sponsorship, and we are ready. West is in their lineup, and Walker is back deep.
One score update I did get, Johns Creek is up on top of North Forsyth 10-0. Not sure about Lambert right yet.
We get those scores, we'll give them to you. Hartshorn's kick's going to be short. That may go out of bounds. Up, it comes back, and it's picked up. On the move for South was number 40. That was Brian Troy. He's going to bring it out to about, looks like they're going to mark it at the 19 or so. Number 21, Brian Porter, made the tackle on the kickoff. So here comes South. We'll see how they line up. Looks like, Chuck, they're staying in that Wildcat formation. Hand off to Isaiah Williams. He's going to be stood up at the line. Short gain, got a late flag coming out. And that is deep in the backfield. Number 20 on the stop. That was Trevor O'Brien with the tackle. It was about a 1-yard gain. We'll check the flag.
He had a good view of that, the action going on in the middle there. We'll see what the call is.
It's a personal foul, and that's going to be on the Wolverines, so that's going to hurt. That's going to give South the first down right off the bat. That'll be 15 yards.
Another costly penalty by this Wolverine football team here early in the game.
That'll take it all the way to the 36. That's 1st and 10 South. And more importantly, gives them a new set of downs only after one play, but it keeps that clock moving. We're now under 10 minutes.
Well, West, instead of kicking off into the end zone, they chose to sky kick it down into the corner, pinned them deep. It was an excellent job, but now with the penalty, they're back out of the hole.
Larkin again in the Wildcat formation. He's going to keep it. Great penetration. First one there penetrating was number 47, Brett Anderson. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Well, they've adjusted well there up front. It seems like being very aggressive, this West Forsyth defense. The last couple of plays, even into that little double tight wildcat formation there, they have not been able to change the line of scrimmage or move these West Forsyth defensive linemen.
Chuck, I think you're right. They're staying in the formation. They may have to change it up. Here they go as the set moves with the 5 wideouts. We'll see if Larkin may throw this time. Williams in motion. Handoff to Williams. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to take it to the 40. It's about a 5-yard gain.
Gain of 5. Pick up a 5 yards there, Isaiah Williams.
Looks like the first one there was Austin Cook. Third and 5, Chuck. Here we go. Big play. Still in that wildcat. They're going to move them, spread them out again. Williams in motion. He's going to fake it. Now he's going to go back. He's going to pass. He's going to let it go to Walker. It's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Walker. Looks like they had a chance. Back defending was Hunter Ballou. It looks like a punting situation. We got Nathan Smits back for the Wolverines. Brandon McKee is on the field. So not what South wanted. They had the first down, moved the clock. Now it's stopped with 8 minutes, and you got to give the ball back to West.
Yeah, besides the penalty, not a lot of yardage there for their offense on that drive, and now you got to give it back to an offense that was clicking there at the end of the last drive.
Great punt by McKee. Smits is going to let it go, and it's going to go in the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and they'll get it at the 20. 60-yard punt. It's going to net 40 with the touchback, but a nice punt by McKee. He's done well all year.
Well, I'll tell you now, I think next time on offense, maybe you'll see something a little bit different out of South. They went to the well a couple of times there, and I think West now has caught up to them, so we'll see what they can come out with next offensive series.
Okay, Erdley's back in the shotgun for West. Got a man in motion. He's kind of barking out the signals. He's going to go back to pass. He's going to throw it deep to Wyzorek. He's got it. Brian Troy covering. He's at the 20. He'll take it all the way. That's an 80-yard touchdown pass. A.J. Erdley to Jake Wyzorek. And it results in a touchdown, Chuck.
And I honestly believe they ran the little pre-snap motion right there, saw that they were adjusting. They're still in man coverage, so what do you do against man coverage? You go deep, and especially when you got a guy like Wyzorek who can run past that man coverage, and there's nobody home. There's no help when you're in man coverage.
Right, no safety back. You're right, Chuck. And what two guys know each other better than AJ and Jake?
Absolutely, you're right. And again, smart. See what they're in. Run the play that best suits your football team.
Timmy Hartshorn to convert the extra point. He's got it right down the middle. That's going to be a 14-6 West lead over South.
Now, I'll tell you what's scary about a team like West, and while they're ranked 7th in the state is they went into this quarter down 6-0, and we're at 7:45, not halfway through this second quarter, and they've already taken the lead 14-6. It can happen, and it can happen quickly with this offense.
Chuck, that's a totally different monster like you're talking about. I mean, West can bring it quick. They don't waste much time, and they've got you on the feet because they got a lot of weapons.
That's right, and it's gutsy when you decide, hey, we're going to play man coverage this week. It tells me there was an aggressive approach, and I like that out of the South defense because, hey, you can sit back and let them try to pick you apart, or you can come out and go out with all guns blazing, so to speak, and they have done that early, and it paid off in that first quarter. Here, West is beginning to settle down and take advantage of that, so we'll see if they mix it up here going forward.
Absolutely. Hartshorn lined up to kick off. Back deep, Sam Walker. And Hartshorn has kicked it short last 2 times. We'll see where he goes with it again. West crowd really kind of getting into it. That's going to come back to Brian Troy's going to have it at the 1. South has the wedge, and he's going to get it to about the 18, then stood up by the West crew there, and they're going to mark it at around the 19.
Another outstanding kickoff. He's able to put that thing on about the 2-yard line where you have to field the ball, and then it makes it tough to get it out past the 20 with the outstanding kick coverage. So once again, good job by West Forsyth on special teams, and right now they're showing that they're pretty good at all 3 phases of the game.
You think South, Chuck, will have to come out with a regular lineman, or will they stay in the Wildcat? And they're sticking with the Wildcat.
They're sticking with it, which you've repped it all week. It's part of your plan. You don't abandon it too soon, I guess.
Larkin's going to hand off to Williams up the middle. Gets a crack up the middle. He's going to take it all the way to the 26-yard line.
And that's more of what we saw when they first broke out that formation earlier in the game. Gashing runs, cutting through this West Forsyth defense. They've only got 3 down linemen right now, West does. So they're trying to find those open spaces right up the gut.
Not doing a very good job. 8-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 2, Chuck. And that's what you want. You want 8 yards on the first hit. That's good.
See if they go deep right here since they got it on 2nd and 2.
Isaiah Williams again. This time he's hitting the backfield or at the line. No gain. We'll try to look at that pile and see. It looks like Brett Anderson was in on that stop. Number 47. Okay, Chuck, no gain, 3rd and 2. What do you do?
3rd and 2, you know, do you try to be tricky right here? Do you jump into your 5 wide and try to complete a pass and do something different? Or do you go back where you've had little glimpses of success just running up the gut? Look, they're bringing both backs now over to stack one side.
They're stacking one side. Larkin on a keeper, and he's going to have the first down across the 30 to about the 31.
Nothing fancy there, just saying, hey, we're going to put more guys over here than you got and run it right at you.
Kendall Phillips made the stop, but not before South has a first down at the 31.
Yeah, and it was successful.
And, Chuck, it keeps the clock moving, and we're pretty soon going to be under 6 minutes.
And I think that's the game plan, again, against a high-powered offense like this. The longer we can get our offense on the field, take a little bit of yardage at a time, the better off we are.
This time they have the back set up the middle. Williams up the middle again. He's going to get about 2 to the 43. Brett Anderson there again on the stop. Also had Momo there. We'll give them 2. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, credit South's coaches. They're showing they're willing to be patient. They're willing to stay with this and get the small yards as long as they can keep that clock moving and keep the West offense off the field. When you go 3 and out, you run the risk of going behind 7 more points. So
absolutely, you put a lot of pressure on your defense, and like we talked about in that last big play, you give up the big one, and that's what you want to stay away from. So here we go, 2nd and 8. They're going to line up again. Backs in the middle, in the shotgun. Larkin again, going to hand off. Williams going to kick it outside. He's going to get about a yard. Got a late flag again. We've got 2 late flags. There's some extracurricular activity after the play. 34 was on the stop on that one, and that was Josh Gordon. We'll check the flags. Probably a personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct. West players are clapping. It could be on South. South has moved their huddle back, so good indication it's on the War Eagles. Personal foul on South. That'll be a 15-yard after the play. So they'll move it from the 34, and that's going to be all the way back to the 19-yard line. Not what you want on 3rd and long. Make it 3rd and long there, Chuck.
Yeah, they're good enough and hard enough to beat if you don't make any mistakes. But when you throw in things like that, you make it almost impossible to be successful against a team the caliber of West Forsyth. So I know the coaches talked about that coming in. Emotions are high. These are young men. This is a county rivalry ball game. But I know Coach Arnett will probably have a talk with some of those guys as soon as he can.
Check that. It was not 3rd down, it's 4th down. So South will be in a punting formation now under 5 minutes to go in the half. Yeah. I think Coach Arnett's questioning that. It was 3rd, now all of a sudden it was 4th down. So
I'm not sure if it was a loss of down or what the thing. The marker said 3rd down.
Coach Arnett
Maybe. They're going to call time right
talking
here.
to the officials. Officials are going to check that.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that would be a loss of down. It was after the play, but I'm almost certain it was after the second down play. So it should be 3rd and long, I thought, right here. But it looks like they've called a timeout. I don't know.
Yeah, South has called a timeout. Coach Arnett is seeming to be a little beaming there at the ref.
After the game,
the clock operator is signaling that it is 3rd down up here.
Yeah, I think it's 3rd down unless we missed a play there. That it was 2nd down. They ran the play that got almost no gain, and I think the flag came after the 2nd down. Dead ball foul, so they moved the ball back. It still should be 3rd down.
Well, the referees are in a huddle. They're talking about it. This gives us a break to thank our sponsors, Marathon Gas and Dean Chevrolet, Forsyth County Stations. Listen your way. Thanks for being with us. You can listen to us as we archive all the games at listenyourway.com. They're sticking with 4th down, Chuck.
Well, maybe, I mean.
That's going to be Brandon McKee on the punt and Nathan Schmidt's back, so.
Somebody is down there is getting paid to keep up with it, I guess, so maybe they know better than us, but. I thought it was, too.
A little confusion, but McKee on the punt, no rush, got plenty of time, hits a great kick. It's going to move Schmidt's back. He's going to let it go. Ooh, almost hit him. And it's going to be down by Manny Godswill at around the 30.
Yeah, I think he lost that ball that time, and he didn't really know exactly where it was coming down, and it almost bounced off of him. Could have
51-yard punt to the 29. That's going to be 1st and 10. That's where West's going to start. And here comes Erdley, Wyzorek, and company.
Yeah, I was going to say could have been a huge break for South, but instead they got to face this machine coming out on the field right here. Shotgun, 4 wide again.
Wyzorek in motion to the right. Early back to pass, feeling some pressure. It's a screen to Wyzorek. He's got the middle of the field. Runs by, and he's going to go all the way. That's going to be a 71-yard play. So last 2 plays, Chuck. 2 passes to Wyzorek, and tell us the result.
Yeah, we saw that play earlier in the game coming towards us, hit him in the hands, and he dropped it. You just had the feeling, though, it was set up so well that they'd come back to it. They choose to come back to it there on 1st down, and you saw the results, a touchdown, and that's how quickly that this team can put points on the board.
Yeah, that play early held on the ball nicely, sucked the linebackers in, and then dumped it off to Wyzorek across the middle, and then it was off to the races, and we know who won. So it's 20-6 West. Hartshorn is on to kick the extra point. Snap is down, and the kick is good, so it's 21-6 West with a little under 4 to go in the half.
Well, if they were a little sloppy after the loss coming out in the 1st quarter, they've gotten it straightened out, and they've done so in a hurry. They've put 21 points on the board here in roughly 8 minutes of football here in this 2nd quarter, and I think that's why this team is so dangerous going forward and into the playoffs, is because they can do that, and they are well coached. They look for mismatches, and they do have good athletes, and you're seeing that right there. Even though South's playing hard and playing a really overall a pretty clean game, haven't turned it over, but that's just if you don't move the ball against this team, you can't give this offense a whole lot of possessions.
Absolutely, and once again, we stated at the first of the game, South is playing without 2nd consecutive week without their starting quarterback, Jansen Jeffrey, which is a great weapon in their repertoire and their offense. So like you said, Chuck, they've had to adjust. Looks like the week of practice they've gone to this Wildcat. It did work on the short field, but they've kind of stuck with it, and it really haven't got past midfield. Now, West has 2 plays, last 2 plays, 151 yards, 2 scores. Well, early to Wyzoric on both accounts.
Yeah, I tell you, that's a good little combination right there.
Hartshorn to kick off. He's going to kick it. Sam Walker has moved to that spot, and that's who they want to return it. He tries to go to the wedge in the middle. Got a flag. He'll take it across the 20. We've got a flag at the 25. And Walker will be down at the 25. We'll check the penalty. Looks like the first one there was number 34, Josh Gordon. We'll check the flag. Check that. That was number 17, Nick Walker on the stop. Looks like the penalty is on South, which that's not what they wanted. It's a holding call.
Well, now you come out, we talk about how important each offensive drive is, and you come out and give your offense the ball backed up in their own territory. Is not exactly how you want to get this thing going in a better direction. And they really seriously need a drive right here to keep the West Forsyth offense off the field, because they're really reeling on defense.
Absolutely. Walker got it to the 25. The 10-yard penalty is going to move it back to the 15. Larkin is in the shotgun, and they spread out to the 5 wideouts. He's going to fake it. Larkin's going to go back to pass, and he's under pressure. He's going to take off and gain some yardage as he drags a West tackler with him. That was number 28 on the stop, and that was Austin Cook.
Hey, great effort right there. They looked like there was nowhere to go. Looks like he was going to lose a lot of yardage, but took the ball and ran strong. He's a big kid, hard to bring down. Surged ahead and got a really good gain on first down.
Absolutely. A 4-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 6. And Chuck, you're right. It looks like he turned a sack into a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, phenomenal play. And again, just shows that this South Forsyth team continues to play hard.
Shotgun formation this time. Sam Walker back. He's going to hand off to Isaiah Williams. He's going to run hard and take it all the way to the 24-yard line. That's going to be another 4-yard gain. Close to a first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Great gain there on 2nd down. More of the same. Clock is running.
Thomas Bartholomew brings him down, and it's going to be 3rd and less than 1. So, Chuck, you have a dial up a play here for South?
Hey, I say more of the same. You got to run it up the gut. Big quarterback.
Absolutely. Sam Walker, he's going to hand to Williams. He's going to get it across, and that's going to be a first down. He's going to go to the 26.
Well, he didn't
hit hard,
much.
But he didn't mean much. You're right. Momo Kamara on the stop, but it is a first down South at the 26.
Good job by the defense of driving him back after contact, but he did make enough to get that first down, and now the clock keeps moving. And if I'm not mistaken, South got the ball to start this game. So West is going to get it coming into the 3rd. They really would love to eat this clock up at worst to keep that offensive West off the field one more time before the half.
Absolutely. Walker's going to go back, let it go, and the pass is incomplete. He had under duress pressure there, and that was number 20, Trevor O'Brien. Check that. That was number 28, Austin Cook. He was all over Walker.
Yeah, he was. Almost looked like he had to put that ball back into his other hand, or he lost the grip on it a little bit. But whatever the case, the pressure was too much for him to get the ball down the field like he wanted to.
Absolutely. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10, and it does exactly what we talked about. It stops the clock. So Eddie Miranowski now at quarterback under center. They're in a regular set, I formation, and one of the West players gets a little antsy, jumps offside, and that's going to cost them 5.
Hey, free yardage right there. No clock the clock doesn't run, but still, they'll take that and set up a good 2nd down and shorter.
Referee will move it to the 31. It's going to be 2nd and 5. That does make it a lot easier for South. They got a shorter road to go for a first down. You got a little over 2 minutes to go. I believe South only has 1 timeout left. Just looking ahead, Chuck. Miranowski under center. Got a 1-back set with Williams. Miranowski back to pass. Lets it fly deep. We got a flag. That was intended for Walker. Looks like That was Brown on coverage, number 5.
Yeah,
we'll check the flag.
Going to be interesting to see what they call right here. May get offensive interference on the push there late.
Yeah, both guys were fighting for the ball. Pass interference on West.
Be on the defense right there. Must have been contact prior to the push, and so they call it on West, and it's going to be a first down for South.
10-yard penalty is going to move it to the 46, and it is a first down with 2:01 to go in the half.
Closer you get to that midfield, the more you start thinking about putting points on the board and not just running this clock out.
Absolutely. Marinowski under center. Williams the lone back. Marinowski's going to roll out, pass it. Pass is complete to Jordan Arnett, and he's going to be near a first down, maybe a little shy. That was about a 9-yard gain, Marinowski to Arnett. And that's number 6, Kendall Phillips, pushed him out of bounds. That will stop the clock with 1:55 to go in the half.
Nice throw and catch right there, and got out of bounds to stop the clock. Like I said, now instead of running the ball because of where you were at on the field and trying just to get to half, now the thinking starts to become, hey, what can we do to take advantage of this 1:55 and put points on the board here before half?
Absolutely. Now that they are in West territory at the 45, and you've got a second and very short 1 yard to go. Marinowski's going to go back to pass again. Let it fly deep to Walker. And Walker has it. Walker catches it, makes a nice move. And Brown's going to tackle him at the 19. That's going to be 1st and 10.
All right, a little pressure right there trying to be applied by West. They blitz. Nice pickup, though, by the South Forsyth offensive line. He's able to throw the ball out there. One-on-one, he goes up and makes the catch.
They reset the chains, and the clock moves with 1:44 to go. 1st and 10 at the 19. Have a marker down. That might be illegal participation. Too many men on the field. We'll check the flag. West has moved back. Wow, we have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and that's going to be half a distance to the goal as they are inside the 20, so that'll move it inside the 10, and that's going to be a 1st and goal for South. Marinowski under center, Williams the lone setback. You've got 2 receivers split out each side for South. Marinowski handoff up the middle to Williams. He's got room. He is in for the score. 9-yard touchdown run. That was right up the middle, and he ran over a couple of West defenders in the process. Chuck, just what the doctor ordered, but there is still 1:29 on the clock, but that draws them closer at 21-12.
Yeah, it does. You almost wish you could have took up a little bit more time. You're right, but never going to take those points off the board. And a nice drive right there. Once they got a couple of penalties to help them out, but they were able to finish that thing off with a good, strong run up the middle there, and they're back in business. One
of my favorite Rush albums, 21-12, is the score. So it looks like they're going to line up for the 2-point conversion, and they're back to that Wildcat with Larkin in the shotgun. Larkin's going to throw a little jump pass, and he's got it. That's a jump pass, Larkin to Sam Walker, and it is 21-14.
Well, you knew they had it in there. It was just a matter of time before they came to it. Nicely executed, and they're within a possession now of tying this football game up.
Chuck, you had alluded to that, and there it was.
Where'd that come from?
Minute 29 to go, so Early and Wizork and company will get the ball back, but it is only now a 7-point lead by West. Well, as we've got a little break here, once again want to thank our sponsors, Andine Chevrolet, Marathon Gas, Forsyth County Stations, here on listenyourway.com. Brandon McKee's going to tee it up for South. Wyzorek back, and Brown, number 5, back deep. Well, Chuck, do you think McKee's going to kick it deep for a touchback and not let Wyzorek have it?
Be interesting to see what he does here. I think that's not a bad idea. Kick it and put it in the end zone.
Here goes McKee. He's going to kick it. It's going to be touchback as it reaches the end zone. Now, they'll have it on the 20. Here comes AJ out. Chuck, do you put 2 guys on Wyzorek?
I'm going to tell you, you got to stay behind him, if nothing else. I highly doubt we'll see man coverage right here. I would see more of a shell over the top.
Might have a couple of deep safeties. What do you think?
Absolutely. Let's keep it in front of us, keep everything in front of us, and then hope like heck that we can tackle the guys.
Eardley is under center. He's got 1 setback. He's going to fake it, go back to pass. He's got time. Throws it out. Pass is complete. That is to his tight end, number 89. That was Ty Anderson. He's got a nice gain, close to a first down. They'll mark him at the 30. And that is a first down. They'll move the chains. Eardley lines up quick in the shotgun. Wyzorek's going to take the handoff. He's going to go to the left. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet. Takes it to the 44-yard line. And that'll stop the clock as they move the chains for another first down. I believe West has all their timeouts.
Yes, they do, and they're used to going quickly anyway, so this is really nothing new for them to have to hurry up.
Clock moves with 1:12 to go in the half. Early back to pass. He's going to look for Wyzorek. There's nobody on him. He's got it. Makes a move, kind of stumbles. It's going to be tackled by Jordan Arnett and Matt Serra, and they'll mark him down at the South Territory at the 26.
You know, 1:29, we looked a while ago, said 1:29 on the clock, and in 27 seconds, West has already came down inside the South Forsyth 30.
Right, now we are under a minute. 1st and 10 for the Wolverines at the South 26. Early back in the shotgun. He's going to hand it up the middle to O'Brien. Trevor O'Brien up the middle with a nice gain. Wolverines will take their first time out of the half. He's going to have it to the 20. It's going to be 2nd down and 4. As we take this timeout, once again want to thank our sponsors on Listen Your Way, Marathon Gas, Andine Chevrolet, Forsyth County Stations. Well, Chuck, it's been an entertaining game. We've almost played a half. We've seen 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, almost a tale of 2 different quarters right there. First quarter, South Forsyth moving the ball, running it up the middle, put 6 on the board. You know, well played first quarter, advantage South. Second quarter, it's been a little bit of a different story, even though South has now closed it to 21-14. Most of the quarter we've seen dominated by this West offense. Absolutely. They haven't been on the field much.
Right, they had the 2 big plays. You're right. And well, they've got it to the 20. They've got 48 seconds to go in the half. They still possess 2 timeouts, and we'll see. South has 2 guys back near the goal line. So, what do you think the defense will do here?
Well, now that they're this close, I wouldn't mind seeing them go back to being a little aggressive. They are keeping the safety deep.
Early back in the shotgun. He's got a little pressure. Swings it out to number 21. Makes a move. He's going to take it all the way inside the 15, out at the 13-yard line. And that's Brian Porter. He'll have another first down as he goes out of bounds. Also stop the clock. Just under 42 seconds. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 13. AJ looks to the sidelines, gets the call, lines him up in the shotgun. O'Brien next to him on his left in the backseat. Fakes the handoff, going to roll out to the left. Getting some pressure. Still on his feet. He's going to take off, and he's going to take it all the way out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 6. As a gain of 7, it's going to be 2nd and 3. They can still make a first down. It stops the clock with 33 seconds. Chuck, they waste no time and line up again, don't they?
I'm going to tell you, they're right back on the line. They're checking over to get the play, and they're ready to go.
This time O'Brien's on his right. Wyzork in motion. Early's going to roll out to the right, come back to the left, still on his feet. Breaks a tackle, but South has pursuit, and they're going to drop him for a loss. Everett Cleveland, Brian Solds, they'll have to take a timeout, so it's going to be 3rd down and back at the 10, so it's going to be 3rd and 6. So South, like you said, a little aggressive on that D, and it paid off.
Hey, and then Erdley took a pop right there from about 3 South Forsyth defenders, and he looked a little slow getting up and coming to the sideline right there.
Probably a good timeout to take. You're right. He's got his helmet off, and he's kind of bent over on the side here.
Yeah, he pulled that thing down, but even when he pulled it down, it looked like he was still a little bit indecisive on what he wanted to do, and he paid for it there because those aggressive South defenders were still coming hard.
The little question of whether AJ would start tonight, he had some injuries, and I believe he was injured last week, and we weren't sure he was going to start the game, but he's been out there the whole half, so we'll see what Coach Hepler draws up here. At 23 seconds to go in the half, 3rd and 7 at the South 10.
Well, you know he's thinking get 7 more here on the board, and then we come out of half and get the ball right back in the offensive hands. And, you know, famous coach Lou Holt said one time, 2 most important times in the game, the last 5 minutes, I think, before half and the first 5 minutes of the 3rd quarter. And right now, West is trying to answer late in this half.
If I was AJ, I think I'd be looking for number 10 right now.
And if I was South, I'd be finding him also.
AJ under center. Wyzork in motion. It's going to be a reverse to number 9. He's looking to the right. He's still on his feet. He is in for the score. Wyzork took the sweep. Hampton McConnell takes it the other way to the right and scores with 15 seconds to go in the half.
Well, I think they were thinking kind of like us. Well, who does everybody expect the ball to go to? So what do? You fake the ball to him or give it to him and then reverse it back to number 9 when the defense over pursues to number 10.
Coach Hepler drew it up nicely, and it's 27-14. Hartshorn lines up for the extra point. Timmy's kick is up and good. That'll make it 28-14 with 15 seconds to go in the half. Once again, thank our sponsors, Marathon Gas, Andine Chevrolet, Forsyth County School Stations. Well, Chuck, seen now 6 touchdowns in the half.
Well, it looked like we may be in for a sluggish game where both offenses struggle to get going, but now we know for sure West, their offense has gotten going, and South showed a little bit there too in their last drive.
Yep, 4 touchdowns in the quarter as they were shut out in the first quarter, but they've really turned it on here in the second quarter. So not much time to go. I think maybe you kick it deep, and South may just take it to the locker room. We'll see what they do.
I went to the doctors today. Said I need to put me on my blood pressure. I'm over here eating pizza.
Hartshorn to tee it up. Sam Walker is deep in the middle this time. They've moved him out on the wing because Hartshorn had been kicking it to the left side wing. Brian Choi is there. Khalil Rice is on the other end. Could be a squib kick too, and that's what it is. They squib it. Khalil Rice comes up, but is fielded by number 20, Brian Solds. He breaks a tackle, takes it across to 36, and he is finally brought down by number 21, bringing him down, Brian Porter. That runs the clock down to just under 10 seconds to go. First and 10 to 36. Chuck, what do you say? Do you kneel it?
Yeah,
or
I
do you
think right
try?
here you just not a bad half. You're only down a couple of scores to a great football team, and even though they do get the ball, which is not exactly what you want, you've still fought and played hard. I don't think you need to risk any kind of mistake right here. Just kneel it, get your kids into half right here.
Eddie Marinowski is going to be the quarterback under center. Got penalty markers. Looks like Marinowski was going to go back to pass.
I think a little anxious by the wide receiver, I think. He might have left a little early.
That is the correct call. That is legal procedure. That'll move him back to the 31, and we'll do a first down back there.
Yeah, you know, and you know what? If you're going to throw it down the field, just make sure you get it downfield, and what have you got to lose, I guess? I would rather kneel it, but hey.
Well, they've got Walker out here. They've got a 4-wide split. They've got Williams back in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Williams. He's going to take it. Nice run. He's still on his feet. He's going to be pushed down at the 44, and that's going to take us to the half as number 49 brings him down. That is Josh Salo. And that the War Eagles did call timeout with 0.4 seconds, Chuck, so they do want to run one more play.
They're going to try to take a shot or something down the field, I would have to imagine, if you call timeout right there. But, you know, their whole game plan has been pretty aggressive besides offense, where I think, you know, they've definitely want to eat some clock up to keep that West offense off the field. But defensively, they've played man coverage and blitzed and been very aggressive. So, you know, really no surprise to see them try to do something aggressive here at the end of the half. Why not?
Absolutely. You've got, like you said, they could throw it deep, get a penalty, you know, that won't end on a defensive penalty. Maybe they can get another play down on the end or get a field goal. Yep.
Absolutely.
So the Coach Arnett's in the huddle there on the side as I'm sure he's drawing it up, what he wants to do. And it's going to be 2nd and 3, which I don't think matters, but they've got the ball on their own 43, so they like to see if they can get it downfield. Now they have, looks like, yep, Marinowski is a quarterback under center. They've got 3 receivers split out to the left, 1 to the right. Williams in the backfield.
Little trips formation we haven't seen yet in this game.
Marinowski rolls to his left. He's going to throw it deep. He's looking for Walker. Nice defensive play. It's actually intercepted on the tip, and that was Hunter Blue on the interception. Brown tips it. Blue intercepts it, and they'll be tackled at around the 8, and that will end the half with West Wolverines leading the South Forsyth War Eagles 28-14. Chuck, thoughts on the first half?
Well, like we were saying earlier, kind of a tale of 2 quarters. The first quarter there was kind of dominated by South Forsyth. They got into the double tight formation, kind of ran it down West's throat there after the turnover early, and was able to put 6 on the board and hold this West Forsyth offense scoreless. Second half, we saw this offense that I have heard so much about coming into this game flex a little muscle and put 28 quick on the board in 12 minutes worth of play. South was able to score there before the half to cut this, to make it a 2-touchdown game. Actually, they cut it to 1 score at that time, and West was able to answer in the final minute there. But you know, coming out, I think second half, South's got to give them more of the same, maybe tighten up a little bit more on defense. They've been very aggressive. Again, it's 2 different philosophies, either try to keep them in front and play it safer, or be aggressive and blitz them, and I expect more of that in this second half. And I think your best defense in this game, a game like this, is going to be your offense. You've got to keep that offense off the field of West Forsyth, because they're just hard to stop no matter what defense you're running.
And you made a great point in that second, or after the first quarter, after the South score, West made the defensive adjustments, and South found that they had to make some changes, and they had to start throwing the ball, which they did, and to get that second score. But, you know, West, like you said, scored 2 quick touchdowns on big plays. Adderley to Wyzorek on the pass plays, and that made for quick score. And like you said, they went in light speed at the end of the end of the half there.
And from a West point of view, you got to think, hey guys, they got 14 points because of our mistakes, penalties, turnovers. So let's tighten up on what we're doing and put this thing away here in the second half. From the South point of view, keep playing hard. Let's get the offense going, keep them off the field, and make this a ball game in the second half. We'll see whose plan is the best.
You're right. Well, McKee's going to tee it up to start the second half. Weisorick, Brown back deep, and we'll see if McKee tries to hit the end zone again. Looks like that's his plan. He gets it, and touchback. Start on the 20, and you know, a test for the South defense coming out of the half, don't you think? We'll see what they've got.
I'm going to tell you right here, again, this first few minutes here of this second half will say a lot. If South can step up and come away and get their offense the ball back, they make the statement that we're here to play in the second half. Now, if West continues to score quickly, then you got to think the mentality of that South team is going to really go down in the dumps here.
Early in the shotgun, Weisorick in motion. Early's going to throw it downfield. In and out of the hands of number 89. That was Ty Anderson. He had it there for a second. Jordan Arnett, Eddie Marinowski defending. 2nd and 10.
And the mental aspect of this is huge too, because a team that can score quickly, like I said, you can battle them for 3 out of the 4 downs, and they can make you pay on one down that you didn't play or give your all or play your assignment, and that's frustrating.
Absolutely. Weisorick in motion to the left. It's going to be handoff up the middle. O'Brien, he's looking for some room. Still on his feet. Pushes ahead with the help of one of his linemen. He's going to take it to the 26. That was a gain of 6. Brett Larkin finally brings him down, so 3rd and 4. Manageable. They run it up quick.
Big third down right here for this defense.
Weisorick in motion is going to pitch it way out to him. He's got a head of speed there, and he's a quick player. He's going to be pulled out of bounds, and Marinowski takes him out of bounds, but not before he gets a first down at around the 33. See where they mark it? They'll mark it near the 32. Well, in the first 3 plays, Chuck, have you seen aggression on the south side, or what do you think they're playing a zone, or what? We've got a penalty here. We didn't. Holding on the Wolverines is going to move it back. It's a spot foul, and that moves it back to the 20. It's going to replay 3rd. It'll be 3rd and 10. Well,
here we see more mistakes out of the West offense. They had a good drive going right here. We'll see what they can do now on a 3rd and long after that penalty. And this South defense gets another shot at making a stop on 3rd down. This is huge.
Weisorick in motion. They freeze the play. Birdley looks to the sidelines to get the call. They've got 2 backs. Weisorick's on the wing. AJ's in the shotgun. He's going to go back and pass. Under pressure, he's going to throw it deep. Nice catch. Beautiful pass and catch to Ty Anderson. Marinowski defending, but well executed, Chuck.
Yeah, it was. The coverage wasn't all that bad, but he did have a step or 2 behind him, and then Early was able to just drop it right over his shoulder into an excellent spot. Nice throw and pitch to first down West Forsyth.
Oh, it's Chuck's. Is that what it is?
Weisorick has a 4-yard gain up the middle. He's going to bring it to they'll mark it at the 49. That's going to be 2nd and 4. 2nd and 6, check that.
We couldn't hear you.
O'Brien takes it. We've got a late flag. O'Brien's going to take it 51 yards for the score, but we have a flag back at the 37. That may be coming back. It's going to be holding on the Wolverines. That play will come back, Chuck. And once again, that's 2 touchdowns brought back. We'll see what happens.
2 touchdowns in this game, and the penalties continue to hurt West Forsyth.
That's holding and negates a touchdown. It's a spot foul, so they'll bring it back to replay 2nd down. They bring it back to the War Eagle 47, so you got a 2nd and 2.
I could have can't hear this one.
AJ back in the shotgun, fumbles the snap, picks it back up, under pressure. He's going to let it fly deep. That's going to be interference as the flag comes out. Intended for number 21, Brian Porter. Defending on the play was Zach LaFlame. Ref throws the flag, and that's probably going to be interference on the defense, on South. I'll hand the microphone over to my cohort, and he's going to explain that one.
Eardley dropped the ball right there, dropped the snap, it looked like, messed the timing up a little. The South Forsyth defender was lost on the play and had to resort to grabbing the receiver of West Forsyth. The official was right on it, and that's the interference call.
15 yards.
15 yards right there on the penalty. It'll be first down for West Forsyth at the South Forsyth 33-yard line.
Okay, AJ back in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He's back to pass. Under some pressure. Throws it deep. It's going to be too long. Pass is incomplete. He's got another flag. Pass was thrown deep, and it looks like it's going to be Zach LaFlame is going to be called again for pass interference. We'll check it.
Another interference call there. A little bit late on that call, but nonetheless, an interference call. Now South trying to match West, it seems like, mistake for mistake. A couple of costly penalties of their own, and now we got a first down inside the 20 for this West Forsyth offense.
Handoff. O'Brien. He's going to be stacked up. He's going to have a gain to about the 12. It's going to be about a 6-yard gain. Brett Larkin gets up out of that pile. Cameron Klein also on that stop. Eardley under center. Handoff up the middle of O'Brien. He's kind of tripped up, but he falls forward across the 10. Mickey Thomas on the stop. He'll be short of first down. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Wing T formation right there. Motion across the formation. Handing it off up the middle. Didn't find a whole lot of running room, but it does set up a 3rd and short. 3rd and short for the West Forsyth offense, just inside the 10-yard line of South. Pre-snap motion. Eardley reads the defense.
Cuts it back, cuts it outside.
Snap to Eardley, handed off to Wazorek there. Looked like on a speed sweep. Jordan Arnett on the stop there for South. And now it's a first down for West Forsyth at the South Forsyth 6-yard line.
1st and goal, like Chuck said. Under 9.5 minutes, and West is pretty much doing what they want as they move the ball down. AJ setting him up under center. 1st and goal. Handoff up the middle. I believe that is Momo. And he is in for the score, Mohamed Kamara. And that's a touchdown to make it 34-14. So Chuck, less than 3 minutes, and they bring it in for a score.
Well, they showed you on that drive we can go downfield like they have earlier and score quick, or we'll run just a little belly play and keep hitting it off tackle, and it can get yards too. Number 3, Momo, definitely a phenomenal athlete, able to take it in there for the touchdown, and West takes it right down here to start off this second half.
Hartshorn to come on to kick the extra point. He's got it. That makes it 35-14. And Chuck, you know, they were aided by 2 defensive interference calls. And just tell us, you know, was South playing on the defense there?
Well, it looks like more man coverage, and they're able to get just slightly behind the defenders there, West is. But I think on both of those penalties, especially on the first one, there was a bad snap early on, and it kind of messed up the timing of the route with the receiver. And more importantly than that probably was the South Forsyth defender was lost. He didn't look back. He had no idea where the ball was or what was going on. So he ended up having to grab hold of or push the receiver. That was the first call. The second call, honestly, I thought the ball was a little overthrown. I'm not sure. I thought that would have been a great no call, but the flag did come out late. Nevertheless, and West is able to capitalize on that. So even when they make mistakes and allow you to be in the ball game, you have to play a near perfect game because they will capitalize on your mistakes with that quick strike ability that they have on offense. So they put you in a real tough situation, this football team does.
Okay, it looks like Hartshorn off to kick off again, which he's done a lot. Sam Walker's on the wing here. They're going to kick it away from him. Khalil Rice will receive the ball at around the 14. He fumbles it, and he picks it back up. Comes in right to his hands at the end, and he's going to be down near the 23. That's where South will start. 1st and 10.
They avoided disaster right there. That could have been tough had they turned that ball over, but thankfully it bounced right back up to him, and now this South offense comes out, and they got to be thinking a drive here, a time-consuming drive. If not, get points on the board right here. It's starting to get a little late for them to be getting behind much more than this 21 points.
Okay, Larkin comes in late in the Wildcat. He's going to fake the handoff, take it up the middle. Brett Anderson is the first one there, and West stacks the box, and they were ready for that. So I think a short loss on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and about 11. Once again, while we have a second, I want to thank our sponsors, Andine Chevrolet, your Forsyth County Marathon stations. Shotgun formation, they're going to split out with the 5 receivers. Larkin. Man in motion's Isaiah Williams. He's going to fake to him. Larkin walking around, looking for running room. He's going to have a short gain on the play. Okay. Me and Chuck are having to share one mic. We've got some technical difficulties. Larkin did gain 2. It is 3rd down and 8. Okay, as they line up, Eddie Marinowski is now the quarterback. He is under center. He's got receivers split out in the formation. Marinowski will drop back to pass, let it go quickly. He let it too long, and that was intended for number 25, Drew Whitalis. Pass is incomplete. It's going to make it 4th down. Brandon McKee will come on to punt. And Nathan Schmitz will come deep to receive the punt. Chuck, tell us what formation South was in that time.
Well, it looked like they went back to their 5 wide. They did have their trips look up to the top of the boundary, so it was a little scrunched in right there. But something I thought was interesting is they looked to throw it over to the flats. Looks like West has a 2 safety high look when they go to that 5 wide, so they tried to take advantage of the linebacker matchup in the flats, but could not connect on the pass. So decent punt right there by South, and it looks like West is going to take over on their own 15-yard line.
60 yards on the punt, and Brandon McKee has done a great job punting the ball. Just the fact that South has had to do it too many times tonight. So, but Chuck's right. They will start. Wolverines will start 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line. AJ will be under center with 1 back in the backfield. Handoff up the middle. And that was to Stephen Gallagher, the ball carrier. He is dropped for no gain, and that was Everett Cleveland on the stop. It's going to be 2nd and 10. AJ is now in the shotgun.
Got 4 wide, 2 men out to each side, a doubles look. Erdley gets the play from the sideline. Snap taken by Erdley. He drops back. He's looking deep over the middle. Wazorek, he's open. He makes the catch. Going to be dragged down just inside the 30, but a nice throw and catch. Erdley to Wazorek once again. Looks like man coverage again. They go over the top, make the connection, and a big play for this West Forsyth offense.
Chuck, is it me or does AJ and Jake seem to be on the same page, and he adjusts to the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, it helps them to line up, take a look over, get the call from the offensive people on the sideline for West. They're reading the defense, and they're putting themselves in a great position. And then Erdley and Wazorek are just making plays.
They are. Matt Serra was on the stop that takes it all the way to the south 27, 1st and 10. We've got over 6 minutes to go in the quarter. A.J. under center, back to pass, drops back. Ty Anderson makes the grab. Matt Serra will bring him down at the 1 yard. They'll mark him at the 1 yard line.
Yeah,
so that was a 26-yard pass play to Anderson, and it's 1st and goal at the 1, Chuck.
Yeah, another thing tough to cover in that man coverage is a crossing route. He comes right across the field, makes the catch, and then it's just one-on-one. Can you tackle me? Great effort by both guys. He gets him out of bounds at the 1, and West lines up in excellent field position right here at the 1. 1st and goal.
1st and goal. Stephen Gallagher takes it in up the middle, and it's going to make it a 41-14 ball game. Hartshorn will be on for the point after. So West, Chuck, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and they score so quickly. I just looked over at the scoreboard and saw that it was 41-14, about to be 42, and I thought, it doesn't seem like the score should be that bad, but they score so quickly they almost give the impression that offensively they haven't dominated the game, but really they have, because they do score quickly.
Great point. I know they were playing Johns Creek earlier this year, and I think it was like 13 or 16-3, and as I was at my game, I kept getting updated, and you're right. I mean, they just kept reeling off points, and I believe won that game pretty big against a good Johns Creek football team. Extra point is good. It's 42-14 with 6:05 to go in the 3rd.
And more importantly, the kids on that other sideline, the South Forsyth kids, they get that too. They feel that they've fought hard. They feel like they should probably be a little closer based on effort than what it is on the scoreboard. But then they glance over and take a look and see that it's 42-14, and that's where that mental aspect starts to come in, because human nature, I think, tells most of us just to lay down a little bit and not give the effort that we were given when we had a real good shot or when it was 0-0. But that's where the coaching comes in, and the development of character of these young men fighting through difficult circumstances when things aren't going well. And I think you'll see that out of this South Forsyth team, because I think what I know of Coach Arnett, he coaches all about that and playing hard regardless of the score. Don't let the scoreboard dictate your effort and how you go about your business.
That is well said. My son graduated last year, played for Coach Arnett 2 years, and just loves the guy. All his players love Coach Arnett. Hartshorn to kick off. Back deep, it's going to be Khalil Rice. He's going to get it at the 5-yard line, take it upfield, takes it up the middle, is going to be tripped up, gets to about the 23 is where they're going to mark him. And looked like Hartshorn might have been in on that tackle. You got to love it, Chuck, when kickers make tackles.
Yeah, absolutely. Kick the ball and then run down there and make the tackle. You can't ask much more out of that young man.
And Funderburk in on the stop, too. So 1st and 10, ball in the 23. We've got exactly half of the 3rd quarter remaining. And we'll see what South comes out. Marinowski is the quarterback under center with the 2-back set. Handoff up the middle, Isaiah Williams. You know what, Chuck? Just on that run right there, he's brought down by number 47, Brett Anderson and Momo, but the effort given on that run.
The effort, and on top of that, like I said earlier, says a lot about a young man and a football team when they keep giving that effort despite being down 42-14. It says that they're doing it because it's the right thing to do, and that's character.
Absolutely. 7 yards for Williams, who has ran hard. 2nd down and 3. Ball is on the 30. Marinowski, a quick pass to Sam Walker in the flats. He's going to take it upfield and get about 7. He's going to have a 1st down as they mark him down at the 37.
Nice throw and catch, and a nice block by number 24 out there on the edge, close to the sidelines.
Kendall Phillips pushed him out of bounds, and Chuck, you made a great point. I mean, you can't overlook blocks. That was a great block.
Yeah, without that block, it's a whole lot shorter of a gain, and that's, again, going back to the effort, and we'll probably hit on that in this last quarter and a half, but that was an outstanding block and outstanding effort.
Marinowski under center, brings him to the line. He's got a one-back set. Williams backfield. He's going to roll out to his left. Momo is giving chase. He's going to take it. No gain. Momo was chasing him, but Hunter Blue comes up and makes a stop. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. Actually, marking for 1 yard loss at the 37. Two-back set. Khalil Rice, Williams for the War Eagles. Two receivers on the right. Miranowski drop backs, pass, complete to number 6 for South, and that is Griffin Wilcox.
Nice little hitch route right there. Throws it out to him. Short gain, but it does set up a 3rd and about 7 right here.
Number 5, Brown, makes a stop, and that was about a 4-yard gain, so it brings up 3rd and 7. Not really where they want to be, but ball in the 41. Miranowski under center. He's going to roll out to his right. Throw it short, intended for Arnett. It's incomplete. So that's going to bring up 4th down and probably a punting situation that'll bring Mr. McKee back on.
Good route on the out route right there, trying to throw it out to him. He ran a good route because he got past the 1st down marker and then cut over to the sidelines. They weren't able to put enough on the ball to get it out there to him. I believe he was open. Difficult throw, but had it been on the money, it could have been a 1st down. And now they're going to be looking at 4th and 7 and having to punt this ball back to West Forsyth. And hey, you just can't feel good about giving this offense back the football.
No, and like you said, Chuck, they've only ran about a minute and a half off. McKee to punt. Schmidt's back deep. They're putting the pressure on, but he gets it away. He's going to call for a fair catch at around the 24, and that's where the Wolverines will have it. With 4.5 to go, once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Andine Chevrolet, your Forsyth County Marathon stations. Well, Chuck, is this the time of the game? Like you said, South still giving a great effort, but does West just kind of ratchet up, or they try to burn some clock off, or just keep doing what they do?
Well, I think in their position, they keep kind of trying to do what they do, stay in a rhythm. They've got one more week, and then this team's going to move on, and you got to kind of stay motivated and consistent and keep working your stuff. So I would imagine them to keep doing what they do right here.
Fake inside handoff. He throws it out to Anderson in the flats. Ty Anderson gets it to the 30. Zach LaFlame on the stop. That was we'll give him 6 on that one. Chuck, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, getting another guy involved. They're showing now where they can go to different guys, and different guys can make plays for this team.
Early rolls out to his right, throws it to number 21. Pass is complete, and that was Brian Porter on the reception. Matt Serra on the stop, but he's going to have a Wolverine 1st down at the 44.
And something you said earlier about the Wazorek kid being smart right there, it looked like they might have had a miscommunication, 2 routes in the same area. He stopped early to allow the pass to be completed to the other kid as just a heads-up football play.
It is. You said his name. He gets the handoff. He gains 5 yards to the 49. Zach LaFlame on the stop, so it'll be 2nd and 5. And West, they're not stalling. They just run right up and ready to go. Wazorek in motion early in the shotgun. He's going to roll out to his right. He's got plenty of time. Fakes the throw, throws it deep, out of bounds. Intended for McConnell, and it's going to be 3rd and 5. We've got some score updates.
Score updates, looks like Johns Creek 24, North Forsyth 7, Northview 21, Forsyth Central 20, Chattahoochee 14, Lambert 0, Prince Avenue Christian 29, Pinecrest 7.
Okay, 3rd down and 5. We'll see if South can hold them. AJ's in the shotgun. Wazorek in motion. Stops again as they recheck. And they've got a penalty marker. We'll see the ref's call. It's going to be offsides on South. That's going to be 5 yards. Looks like it's going to be just short of a first down. And we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be 3rd and inches. He's going to call for a measurement. Well, that gives us a timeout to talk about our sponsors. Your Forsyth County Marathon Stations. Andine Chevrolet. Also, fans, we've got the Marathon West Forsyth Game Report with Travis Chafin. Well, Chuck, as they bring the chains off, the rest of the game, just like you said, I mean, West is looking, first quarter looked like they had a little bit of a lag from the last game, but they really just turned it on after that.
I'll tell you what, they have, and they've been impressive on offense, and you kind of see why they're one of the top-ranked teams in the state. 42-14 here with 3:17 to go in the third. Goals change a little bit. Yeah, you still want to win if you're South Forsyth, but, playing hard, getting yourselves prepared for the last week of the season, keeping people healthy, little things like that I think the coaching staff's looking for here going down the stretch.
Absolutely. It's going to be 3rd and about a foot. Erdley is under center. Man in motion, is going to hand it off, and South, like you said, playing hard. They charge to the line and drop him for a loss. The first one there was number 93, and that was Cameron Klein, and that's a loss of 2 yards, so that's going to be 4th down and full 2 yards.
Still being aggressive, sending those blitzers, and they met the running back right in the mouth that time. Nice hit. You could hear that up here.
And that was O'Brien on the carry. Looks like going to be handoff to Wyzork coming to the right. He's got plenty of room, got a nice block, and he's just going to take it to the house. Big night for Jake Wyzork. 48-yard touchdown run.
Hey, 4th and short, just give it to him, and he'll get 50 around the end there and just take it to the house. We've seen that a few times here tonight, and what a phenomenal player this Jake Wyzork is, and really just a phenomenal football team. And they've got enough weapons to where you can't just focus on him, and I tell you, it makes it real tough on a defense.
Well, Coach Hepler and assistant coaches do a great job. They've done well, and they've executed on offense, no doubt. So Hartshorn on for the extra point. Been a pretty busy man tonight. Kick is up and good. That's going to make it 49-14 with 2.5 to go in the third. Well, Chuck, do you think you start to turn the switch off? Or?
Yeah, I think soon we may see some guys come in. Like I said, you want to keep them at, you want to keep them in shape and in a good rhythm for this last game plus the playoffs to come. But at the same time, you don't want to lose any key people when the score's like it is right now. So, yeah, I think soon you might see some of the other guys that have practiced hard all week and played hard all year start to come in and get a little playing time. And good for them in a game like this. It means a lot to a kid to get to play against a county rival. And now it's region games this year, so it makes them even more important. And I know I've had a lot of fun calling these games up to this point. It's just a lot of emotion, good crowds, and Forsyth County football has come a long way in the last few years, and I look forward to where it's going. And it's in a great direction. We got great coaches, great athletes, good fan support, and another example of that here tonight. So
absolutely. And we've got, now in the region we have South, West, Lambert, and North. They're all in the same region. I know Central is in a separate region, but it's nice, like you said, to have all these county rivalries going. Hartshorn to kick off. It's going to be a short kick. Khalil Rice will fill up. Ball's on the ground. He's going to pick it up. And then my favorite, I think we talked about it, Hartshorn, the kicker, makes the stop.
That's awesome.
And it was a pretty good hit by the kicker. What do you think, Chuck?
Was. His head hit the ground pretty hard. You could hear that up here. And I think that's twice he's had the ball bounce off the ground right back into his arm.
You know, I made a mistake, fans. I say that's a kicker. That's number 15. And that's Aubrey McBrayer on the stop. So it's going to be 1st and 10 South, ball in the 23. Marinowski under center with the one back. Williams hand off up the middle, Isaiah Williams. And I tell you what, it's late third quarter, and Mr. Williams is still running hard as he takes it across the 31.
Absolutely, still running hard, and the West defense still flying around. Both sides still playing well, and looks
has an 8-yard gain. Josh Gordon makes the stop.
Looks like down on the sidelines there, I did see another quarterback warming up for West, so I think you might see some of those guys come in this next offensive series, but they're still running a 3-4 look on defense. Got the 2 high safeties.
Got a flag down. Looks like pass complete to Khalil Rice. He's going to have a first down. Then we got late flags there, so a lot of laundry on the field, as they say. So looks like it was a legal procedure on Williams, the back on South. So we'll let it unravel here as the refs talk about it. Once again, our sponsors. Listen your way. Sponsors. Andine Chevrolet. Your Forsyth County Marathon stations. Refs pick up their flags. It is a legal procedure on South. And then there's a face mask on West. Both penalties will offset. We'll replay second down, 2nd and 2 from the 31, like the play never happened. South the lineup. We've got a little under 2 minutes to go. Clock moving.
And I'll tell you what's scary, too, is I was just sitting here thinking, I can't remember a turnover by this South Forsyth team, so it's not like they've given them great field position or given them the ball on the 5 to score 49 points. They've just gone the length of the field.
Well, that's true, Chuck, and if anything, Mr. McKee has done a great job punting the ball, so he's done a great job. Williams on the carry. He's going to have 4 yards, going to have a first down.
Yeah, so it's really not like, well, we gave them some cheap, great field position, some cheap touchdowns. They've just, it's a legit offense.
It is. Hunter Stewart was on the stop there, aided by Alif Chal. 1st and 10. Ball at the 35. Marinowski under center. Williams the lone setback. Marinowski's going to go back and throw. He's going to throw it deep. He's got to run. And it's going to be picked off. Interception was by number 8, Ryan Guthrie. The free safety, and Chuck, like you said, the free safety is just kind of ball hawking in the back there. And
yeah, they got those 2 high safeties. They're able to sit back and just see where he's going to toss the ball out there, break on it, and Ed would come up with the interception right there and get this West Forsyth offense back on the field here. Seems like they've been on the field here a lot in this third quarter.
Absolutely, and you made the right call. We do have a new quarterback for West. It's Jonathan Conway. And he is in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He hands it off up the middle. And that's ball carrier is going to be number 30, Stephen Gallagher. Matt Serra is going to bring him down. And it's going to be about a 2-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Ball goes to the 37. Hand off to the left. We've got a flag down. Ball comes loose. And it's picked up. And that's still on his feet. Ball was picked up by Morgan White. He takes it all the way to the 20-yard line. We'll check the flags as we had another flag there late. Check, a lot happened on that play.
Yeah, it did. Namely, that ball came flying up in the air, and one of the South Forsyth defenders snatched it and took it back. A good return there, but like you said, a little laundry on the field, and we'll see what happens as a result.
Well, the officials talk it over. They have broken their huddle. And we'll see what the referee has to say. Looks like South's bringing their offense on the field. Okay, both infractions on West. Looks like it may have been a hold on before the fumble. After the fumble, it was a face mask, and the ball carrier, like you said, had a nice return to 20. So I believe that'll be half a distance. Take it to about the 10.
Yeah, big turn of events right there, and never a good time for a fumble, but a good time for the West offensive coaches to coach up a young man about ball security, a guy that they're probably going to depend on in the coming years in this program. So a good move to get those guys in, get them some game reps, some experience, and some good coaching.
Absolutely. That'll move the ball just inside the 10. It's going to be first and goal. Marinowski, handoff up the middle. Williams has been the workhorse, and he's still fighting for yards. Takes about 3 or 4 Wolverines to bring him down. He's got it all the way to the 6, so he gains 4 on that one. It's going to be second and goal from the 6.
Yeah, young man's ran the ball hard all night and continues to do so.
That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter play with the West Forsyth Wolverines 49, South Forsyth War Eagles 14. Shout out to our sponsors again, your Forsyth County Marathon Stations, Andine Chevrolet. Also be prepared for the Marathon West Forsyth Game Report. Well, let's see if South can punch it in. I mean, Chuck, you made a point at the second quarter, I believe towards the end of the second quarter, South had made a score and with 2-point conversion had made it 21-14, and since then it's been all West with 28 points.
Yeah, they came out early on in that third quarter, like we said, and was able to take the opening drive down and scored. And I think that sends a message that, hey, we're not going away. That wasn't a fluke. We are the real deal. And you know, that's what you want to see them coming out of halftime. And they've cut down. They've still had some penalties, but they've cut down on that a little bit and really been able to overcome them. Now, something that I know Coach Hepler knows, and going forward, that those things will have to be cleaned up if you're going to go deep into the playoffs, because the talent level of those teams, the discipline, this coaching, all of that are only going to go up. And so I know that's a concern, even though they're able to, you know, put up a big number here tonight. I know that's got to be a concern going forward, because those things will haunt you.
Coming into the stadium tonight, I was talking with the gentleman at the gate, and he was just saying how they did not play a good game last week. They had to get points on the board, and they really didn't do it, and they did end up losing by 1. But Chuck, points tonight, they've been able to do.
Yeah, it hadn't been a problem tonight whatsoever. And they've done this in 2 quarters.
We have a penalty marker. I believe that's going to be illegal participation. Too many men on the field. That's what the ref signals. That's a 5-yard penalty. Moves it back to the 11. It's going to be second and goal from the 11.
So we're about to start the fourth. They had, 0 points in the first out of West, and so in the second and third, they've really opened things up a little bit.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns in that second quarter was huge, and then 3 this last quarter in the third. So 7 touchdowns, 2 quarters, pretty impressive. Marinowski under center, 1 back set. He's got receiver split both ways. Throws it back. Ooh, what a great defensive play, and it's going to be picked off. Ball was batted in the air by number 42, Alec Coburn, and then picked off by Brett Anderson, and he will return it to about the 22. So South was turned away, Chuck.
Hey, the receiver was there. It was open, but what a phenomenal play by the young man to go up and get a hand on that ball, tipped it up, allowed his teammate to make the interception. And, I'm not sure what his spot is on the depth chart, but a phenomenal play. They just keep bringing in guys that can contribute, and that goes to coaching as well, because they're not just coaching those first guys, they're coaching them all. So
right. They did have South did have an interception late in the first half, so that was the third interception by West. So the ball carrier up the middle there was Stephen Gallagher. He was brought down by number 40, Brian Troy. After a gain of about 5, it's going to be 2nd and 5 at the 27. West actually huddled that time, Chuck.
Yeah, that's surprising. I don't think we've seen that tonight.
Ball carries number 21 looking for room, breaks a tackle, but he's not going to find much, but he's actually going to lose a couple of yards. Brett Larkin brings him down for a 2-yard loss at the 25.
Up 35, you don't have to be, I guess, in as big a hurry. So they're going to huddle up, and that's the right thing to do, too, in this scenario, I think. And
absolutely, Chuck. It shows some sportsmanship. They're like you said, South has battled hard. They're not out to make anybody look bad. They're just, they know it's a rivalry game, but they're out, like you said, they're having their second string players and giving them some experience. Back to pass in the shotgun. He's going to throw it out to Smits. Conway's pass is complete. Short gain. It's going to be short of a first down. It'll be 4th down, and that'll bring on the punting team.
Yeah, and some of the big scores I've seen out of West this year, probably second-team guys have gotten a lot of reps through the course of this season. So it's been a good season for those guys as well. Not only they take a pounding in practice, but they actually get in the games.
Absolutely. Kyron Ochaki on to punt, and Sam Walker's back deep for the War Eagles. I believe this is Kyron's 2nd punt of the night. Walker's going to let it go. It's going to bounce and take a West roll at around the 40, or check that, 34. That's where we'll have it, 1st and 10. Once again, our sponsors, Andine Chevrolet, your Forsyth County Marathon stations.
Yeah, the punter there for West Forsyth only had a couple more snaps in this game than I have, and so that's good for the West offense. That just tells you it's indicative of how well they've played on offense tonight.
Absolutely. Miranowski's under center for South. Williams in the backfield. Miranowski's going to roll out to his left, let it go. Khalil Rice is open, in and out of his hands. He was open. Ball was dropped. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Chuck, was that a case where he was trying to run before he caught it?
Yeah, well, I think also the quarterback threw it to the other side of him, so he had to spin around to try to make the catch, and when he did that, lost a little concentration, put the ball on the ground, and he was definitely open. There's no doubt about that, and could have been a little bit too much green in front of him right there.
It definitely looks, looking at the field, that they do have mostly or probably all backup or second stringers in now. So Miranowski's going to roll back, throw a screen, and it's picked off. He was trying to throw it out in the flats, and Hunter Stewart picks it off, and he'll take it the distance. So South's 4th interception is going to result in a touchdown.
Well, I'll tell you, roll out in the defensive end. I'm not so sure he read that play as much as he just was in the right place at the right time, and Miranowski threw it right to him. And
just kind of came to him.
Absolutely, and that'll be that man. He'll have a hard time sleeping tonight.
Oh yeah,
the defensive lineman make that catch and score. It's awesome.
Well, he's getting a lot of love there on the sideline. So
well deserved, and that's fun.
Well, Hartshorn on to do another point after. He bangs it up like he's done all night, splits the uprights. That makes the score 56-14, and we still have 7:44 left to go in the game. Once again, listenyourway.com. Stay with us all season. We are in week 9 for most teams, or all the teams. Next week will be the final regular season game. And Chuck, next week I believe we're over at Lambert for West Forsyth at Lambert.
Good one to finish off the year. I know a lot of high hopes at the beginning of the year that those two would be playing for a region championship at that time, and a lot has happened between now and then. I know Lambert's had a few tough weeks here in a row, and so they haven't quite lived up to their end of that bill, but I know West will be excited, and Lambert will too, because again, it's that inter-county and two of the newer programs here in the county, and I'm excited to go over there and finish this year off with an outstanding game between those two teams.
Absolutely, and the schedule was really late in the season for Lambert, a very tough schedule. So they had some tough games, tough teams, and obviously, as we're seeing tonight, West is definitely one of those, and they're flexing their muscle and showing that tonight.
Yeah, this region has a lot of good teams in it, loaded with talent. Like I said earlier, smart coaches that work hard, dedicate a lot of time, and when you get that stuff going on, it's good football.
Hartshorn's kick going to come to Sam Walker. He's going to take it up the middle. And then the Wolverines just kind of surround him at around the 22. They'll blow the play dead, and that's where the War Eagles will take over with 7.5 to go. Well, like you said, Chuck, next week it's on to Lambert at the Horn for West Lambert Showdown. Then after that, we've got playoffs coming up.
Yeah, playoffs coming up after that. We'll see who West draws. Should be number one in their region right there, and they'll get somebody I think right now is projected to be, if I remember from this morning, Collins Hill High School from over in Gwinnett County, which should be a good ball game. Whoever it ends up over there in that Gwinnett region, it'll be a good game. I know South plays North next week. Both of those teams will be looking, that's a rivalry, be looking to end on a positive note, setting things up for the offseason and going into next year. And then I know Forsyth Central has a play-in game next week that if they win, they do advance to the playoffs. Now, who they play will be determined after tonight's games.
Absolutely. New quarterback for South was Nick Shepard. He handed off to Robbie Johnson up the middle, and he had about 4 yards. Handoff's going to be to number 21, and that is Austin Atade.
Got another score update from over at North Forsyth. Johns Creek 34 and North Forsyth 7.
Atade got it to the 29. It's going to be 3rd down and 3. Under 6 minutes now. Atade again going to get the ball going to the right. He breaks a tackle, goes across the 40. He's going to have a first down. He's brought down by number 38. That's Kyle Chapman. Check that. That was number 36. The numbers look kind of close, and didn't want to rob Zach Mitchell of a tackle. He tackles him at the 43. 1st and 10 War Eagles. Well, Chuck, just kind of wrap-up time here with a little over 5 minutes, playing some backups. Austin Atade again, the ball carrier. He's going to be wrapped up in the backfield by number 57, and that's Will Bass. Drops him for a loss of about 4. It's going to be 2nd down and 14.
Get some of these young guys in. Like I said, they practice hard. They give up their afternoons. They're working hard, and so it's nice to get them in when you can. Some of the younger guys may be close to lettering, so get them in so they can get their time in required to get a letter and make some moms and dads happy.
So, Chuck, what you're saying, it's not about just wearing the jersey in the hallways Friday. You want to get out there on that field Friday night, right?
Yeah, that's nice, and that's not what it's all about. I don't think always. Sometimes we lose sight of what's important because it's a big thing just to make a commitment to a football team and stay with it over the summer, over the course of the season. I mean, it's a grind. Plus, these guys are got to keep up with their grades in school, so that's a big thing. But yes, ultimately, you want that girlfriend, you want that mom, that dad, that aunt, uncle to see you out on the field between the lines, giving it your all.
Absolutely. Johnson on that last play had about 7. This time it looks like Drew Whitalis was the ball carrier. He's going to have a first down. Darrell Armstrong on the stop. He's going to have it to the West 46, 1st and 10. Once again, as we wind down the game, we want to thank our sponsors, your Forsyth County Marathon stations, Andine Chevrolet, and look for the Marathon West Forsyth Game Report with Travis Chafin. Handoff up the middle, that's Johnson, Robbie Johnson. He's going to gain about 3 up the middle to the 43. Austin Sanders on the stop for West, 2nd and 7. Well, Chuck, we're winding down here, about 3 minutes to go. Any thoughts?
Yeah, well, the biggest thing I would say is, you know, the struggle for this South team next week will be coming out and finishing strong this last week. Don't let this West team beat you twice. Don't let them beat you next week too. You know, you could feel bad about this till tomorrow. Then it's over with, out of sight, out of mind, and let's get ready to finish on a winning note.
Absolutely, great point. Number 7, the ball carrier this time. That is Dylan Chatelaine.
And if you're West, then you look, I think, at rolling over to Lambert, not only beating the team that I'm sure you really want to beat for rivalry purposes, but also keep this thing rolling, keep that momentum, learn from the loss that they had last week, which it looks like it didn't affect them too much, maybe early on, but you know, and roll right into the playoffs like we were talking about earlier with a little momentum, and they should get a home game, so that'll be great.
Absolutely. Shepard's back to pass. He's under duress, and he's going to be dropped for a sack at around the 40. Salazar on the sack, and that's going to bring us under 2 minutes now. Chuck, you made a great point. We still have rivalry games next week, as we're going to be at Lambert for the West Lambert game, but yeah, you're making a point that South needs to hold their head up, and they've got to finish with the rival too at North with, you know, a very winnable game, and they have that game at home, and so that's, you know, they could end their season with a win.
Yeah, absolutely. If they bring that effort that they brought early in this game and still continue to bring here, I don't see why they can't finish strong.
Johnson runs it up the middle. Austin Bell tackles him. We've got a timeout South with 1:17 to go. Okay, so that timeout, we can go back. We are on listenyourway.com. We encourage you to go to listenyourway.com. You can watch archives of the older games throughout the season and stay with us next week and on through the playoffs, as we talked about. We'd like to once again thank our sponsors, your Forsyth County Marathon stations, Andine Chevrolet. Well, South calling a timeout. It's kind of a weird spot, but
yeah,
you know, we got 1:17, so hey, let's get a few more plays in there, Chuck. What do you think?
Absolutely. It's not a bad night. It's been, weather-wise, it's been nice, so might as well, hey, you can't take those timeouts home with you. Go ahead and call them.
That's a great point. Just don't keep them in your pocket. Johnson's gonna go up the middle. So after that timeout, they run it up the middle for a few yards to the 25.
And, you know, in all seriousness, sometimes you have to call a timeout to make sure if you want to get that guy, a certain guy you wanted to get in, see him play a little, maybe you called a timeout to get those guys into the game. It's a little hectic with subbing sometimes.
You're correct. There could be some guys that want to get in. Now, it's going to be 4th and 2, and we're under a minute now to go in the game. Shepard's going to go back to pass. Throws a nice little pass. It's complete. And Wilcox fighting. He breaks about 2 tackles, and he gets it out of bounds. It'll stop the clock to the 13. He's going to have a first down on 4th and 2. 4th down conversion there. Moves the chain, stops the clock. We got a little over 34 seconds to go. And looks like we got another timeout.
We do. Sure do.
Chuck, they're not. I don't think Coach Arnett and the South crew is going to take those timeouts home with them, are they?
No, I think they're going to try to put some points on the board here at the end of the game, and you know, we'll see what happens here. But they're definitely going to leave no stone unturned. They're going to try it all here tonight.
Well, like you'd call it, they're playing hard. They're not giving up. So that's, you know.
Hey, you know what? And Coach Arnett's probably thinking they've played hard for me all night. They deserve a shot at putting some more points on the board, and I'm going to try to give it to them.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to line up. Like we said, 1st and 10. South can make a first down. They still have one timeout. They can make a first down at the 3. Shepard under center, 1 back set. 2 receivers split each way. West is bringing the pressure. Shepard gets it away, though. Pass is complete, and he's going to fight. He's going to be stacked up. He's going to get it to the 6-yard line. The clock is still running. That was true. Austin Atade on the reception. Check that. That was a 7-yard pass and catch. South will take their last timeout. They're at the 6-yard line. They got a 2nd down and 3 with 22 seconds to go. What do you call, Chuck? You're coach.
No more. Is that their last timeout?
Yes, that was the last one.
No more timeouts. I don't know. I think right here, they got a lot of pressure on him, but you got to go back to the air, especially you're out of timeouts.
So go end zone.
Yeah, if your goal has been to score this whole time, I think you got to take 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 3 shots at least here at the end zone if you can. With 22 seconds, you can do that. Just make them quick, and I think the goal is here to put some points on the board to give you a little momentum heading into next week.
Absolutely. Like we talked about, another rival. I mean, you basically got the Civil War next week, as we call it, in Forsyth County, North against South. So here we go. We're lining up, and we'll see if Chuck's right. Shepard under center. He got a quick pass off that time, but, they didn't get out of bounds, so maybe they go end zone here. We'll see what they got. He is looking end zone for the fade route. He throws it inside, and the receiver goes to the outside. Incomplete.
Something, we forgot. The clock's going to continue to run because the running clock in the 4th quarter. So
you're right. So this looks like they're going to line up for one more play. And they better go quick because they got about 1 second. They get it away. He throws it off the receiver's hands. Shepard Atade. That is the end of the game with the score. West Forsyth 56, South Forsyth 14. Any parting thoughts, Chuck?
Great job by both sides. Hard-fought effort on both sides. The West Forsyth team's definitely for real. I was glad to get to see them tonight. South played hard. Proud of both groups, and I look forward to next week finishing the season off right.
Absolutely. It's nice to see these young men, like you said, play hard. They're shaking hands. A lot of them know each other, living in the county. But, a great night for football. And once again, we want to sign off thanking our sponsors, your Forsyth County Marathon stations, Andine Chevrolet. And stay tuned for the Marathon West Forsyth Game Report with Travis Chafin. We just want to sign off and say good night. And thanks for tuning in to listenyourway.com.